It's the Long Pond 200, race 5 of 20 for the Shake and Bake Next Gen Cup Series. For those new to ABN, I'm Clayton Hardy, and I'm bringing you all of tonight's action here from the Tricky Triangle. 2.5 miles around is a lap here at Pocono. It is 3 corners, all 3 corners, very diverse and very unforgiving here in Pennsylvania. We'll go through the starting grid here as Trenton Jump on pole position. Was a favorite to win last week at Nashville, but a costly pit lane error took him out of the running, and then Therrien jumped in and took the race win away. Kristina Ryan on her series debut will start second for Rosgreaves Racing. She rounds out the outside of row number 1. Matt Hummel and Jacob Grant make up row 2, the 93. We saw him practice looking really fast. He's alongside Jacob Grant, who once again trying to make the most of his luck after terrible luck starting out the season at the end of 2021. Row 3 is Christian Gomez and Jason Cameron Jr. Gomez, a podium finisher at Nashville a week ago. Cameron Jr. looking to improve on his Nashville performance and be more of a contender this time around in Pocono. Austen Jordan and Gilberto Javier-Gomera sit in row number 4, the 28 Red Bull machine, the 94, which we just watched finish his lap in qualifying, make up row 4. Rounding out the top 10, it's Logan Breakey and Tom Bourne as everyone gets ready to roll here on our formation lap. Breakey, we watched, slipped down the 9th, did not improve on his second qualifying lap, one of the few that didn't, but still in the top 10. Then you have Mike Tellier and Rob Sherwood rounding out row number 6, 11th and 12th on the grid. Looking down the rest of the order, you've got Joey Chapman, Shane Therrien, Kevin Young, Eric Stamp, Brockton, Packard, who did not set a qualifying time. Bronson, Stafford didn't either. Neither did the 2 Smiths, Caleb and Chris Smith. The 12 and the 14 are round out 19th and 20th on the grid. Eric Stamp does not look like he has made the start of this race. There's the 93 of Matt Hummel. As we get ready to go here at Pocono. Through turn 2. It's Ryan and Jump. Grant and Gomez in row 2. Gomez in the 48 on the inside. Grant in the number 5 on the outside lane. All eyes, though, on Jump and Ryan. Trenton Jump looking for his first win of the season. Ryan looking to play spoiler. For all of those tuning in, we're about to go green for 80 laps, 200 miles in the foothills of Long Pond, Pennsylvania, Pocono Raceway. We're in for a treat. Through turn 3. Pace cars are going to take the hard left into pit lane. And the Shake and Bake Next Gen Series is underway at Pocono. Ryan and Jump even on that start. Gomez pushing Jump here, trying to get to the in front of Ryan as they enter turn 1. It's 3 wide, 4 wide. There's going to be a yellow here, I believe. That's Cameron Jr. in the wall hard. Javier-Gomera is also in the wall. It looks like everyone might have kept going. Everyone did keep going. No yellow. We are green. Ryan took the lead away in the process. Hectic opening lap here at Pocono as they all try to get sorted out. How about this for a debut? Front row start and leading her first lap on the first lap of the race. Ryan leads lap 1 here at Pocono. Grant third. Ryan doing a very traditional IndyCar tactic by moving across to the bottom of the track, trying to break the draft. Very long front straightaway. As now Jump and Grant will battle side by side. Ryan looking extremely confident so far. idea of where everyone's at on track. You see the track map. See, Eric Stamp, the 53, is the last one on track at the moment. Javier-Gomera and I believe Cameron Jr. in pit lane here. And in fact, they are. They're exiting pit lane now. They're going to be on the cusp of being a lap down, but they should be fine. Eric Stamp 2 laps down, did not take the start. Here we go. Three battle for the lead right now. Grant's up to second. Austen Jordan up to third. Trenton jumps falling down to fifth place. He's behind Tom Bourne, who is up 6 spots. Joey Chapman up 7. 8 spots gained for Brockton Packard, who's up to 9th. Frantic first 3 laps, and the front 3 are breaking away. Ryan playing it calm and cool right now. But her lead in this race under threat now. That is Jacob Grant to the inside. Austen Jordan will be joining. Ryan's not going to give too much consideration to this. She'll just slot in behind the 28. Out of turn 2 here, probably. That's a big run from the 54. 3 wide. And Tom Bourne from 4th to 2nd. In 1 straightaway. The 54 Bourne out here racing like it's Talladega, going from 4th to 2nd and clearing both Jordan and Ryan as he goes after the race lead now. Jordan slots in the 4th. Ryan stays 3rd. Jump solidifies 5th place as Tom Bourne takes the lead of this race. What a move. Our timing has corrected itself. Eric Stamp is not 2 laps down. He is in 18th, 18 seconds behind the race leader. All 20 still on the lead lap. Javier-Gomera and Cameron Jr. in and out of pit lane for repairs after their incidents on lap 1. They're on the lead lap, but the last one's on the lead lap and just in front of the race leaders. What a move from Bourne. You got a line of 4 trying to make up that time. They did do so. And that's going to be Jacob Grant to the inside here. The challenge for the lead of this race. We'll look from our perspective here at the broadcast booth. That's how close the top 5 are, as Jordan gives Ryan a bump down the Long Pond straightaway. See how beautiful this place is beyond the safer barrier walls. Grant took the lead of the race. No, that is Grant. That just got passed for 2nd once again. As the field comes down the front straightaway, it's Bourne still leading, despite a good challenge from Jacob Grant in the 5. Top 5 in their own little league. That's Tom Bourne leading the way, up 9 spots. With him and Bronson Stafford up 9 spots in this race. Eric Stamps in pit lane. As Ryan and Grant sit side by side. Ryan wants the race lead back. Gomez holding up the 2nd lane here. We'll switch to Gomez here. Hummel, Breakey, Stafford, and Chapman behind him, among others. Ryan back up to 2nd. She's going to chase down the 54 of Tom Bourne now. Two Toyotas in this field. One of them on pit lane. That's Chris Smith on pit lane now. He just entered pit lane. Eric Stamp exiting pit lane, now officially a lap down as Ryan will go from second to fourth. Trenton Jumps made his presence known now. He lost the pole. He lost the lead on lap 1 after starting on pole. He would like to have it back. Tom Bourne's been dethroned not only by the 5 of Jacob Grant, but by Trenton Jump as well. And Ryan's going to try to follow suit into turn 3. Really frantic racing so far. We're on lap 8, about to finish lap 8 of 80. When they cross the line, a 10th of this race will be in the books. 20 miles out of 200 completed. Jump leads a long 8-lap journey to get from 5th to 1st after starting first at the beginning. Craziness all around. See Chris Smith. Do you see the damage on that car, the 14? A lot of damage from the right side. There's Eric Stamp a lap down. He's behind the 72 of Kevin Young, who we talked to in the closing stages of practice. Looking back towards the front of the field. Jump still leads. Ryan's dropped down to 5th. Gomez in 6th. Hummel right behind in 7th. And then Bronson Stafford, most positions gained so far. That 61's up 10 spots. Logan Breakey in 9th where he started. Sherwood up 2 spots. Chapman up 2 spots. That's 10th and 11th. Caleb Smith in 12th. He's up 7 spots. Brockton Packard was up to the top 10. Now sits 13th, just up 4 spots from where he started. Therrien's where he started as well. We'll look at him. He won this race last season. He won Nashville last week. A lot to work on there for Therrien early on in this race as we now enter lap 11 of 80. Behind him is the 97 of Mike Tellier. Javier-Gomera sitting pretty far back. Eric Stamp is who we saw between Young and Tellier. But this is what it's looking like at the moment as the field is all bunched together. Catching up at the right time. Top 3 right here. Jump, Grant, Bourne. Sherwood's gotten past Ryan. Ryan on the inside lane, though. First of 2 cars in the inside lane. And number 80 Cognizant Machine. Look at the dashboard here for Trenton Jump. We'll see what speed he gets when he enters turn 1 here. .175. 177. And Jacob Grant was going faster. So almost 180 approaching turn 1. Now he's going to have the draft. We'll see what this speed looks like into turn 2. Looking at Trenton jump stats at the moment, 159. Exiting turn 2. That's Tom Bourne with a blink. Has to be pretty scary now that everyone's back together again. Jumps pushing the 54 Tom Bourne. 184. Entering turn 1. That time around for Trenton jump. That's how much draft matters here at Pocono. Bourne now at the front of the field. Here we go. Side by side. 4 rows of the top 10. All running wheel to wheel. It's lap 14 to 80, coming to lap 15. Caution free so far. Tom Bourne leads, Jacob Grant, Stafford, and Jordan round out the top 4. Trenton jumped down to 5th again. But everyone's together right now. Bronson Stafford, keep an eye on the Canadian, the 61 in second place now. 16 spots. Already Pocono race winner, loves these pack races, and that's what he's getting right now. Started 18th in the race. Up to second. And that's a hard hit for Sherwood. And you see the damage for the 22. They're going to split him 4 wide. This is not going to be pretty. Everyone makes it by. But a hard impact for Sherwood's not going to help how his car feels right now. 2 cars off the lead lap at the moment. Bubbler from Packard as he slotted in front of Sherwood. Tried to slot it in between the 21 or the 3 of Chapman and the 22 of Sherwood. Made it work, but that was a tight squeeze. Back to the front of the field now that we've traversed Rob Sherwood following his contact with the wall. We're back to the front of the field. It's Bourne, Stafford, Grant. Looking at Stafford's speed entering turn 1. Check up there a little bit. And he's going to pay for it too. That's Grant to the inside. Two Toyotas in the field, 1 and 7th of Ryan. And Chris Smith now last car running, 2 laps down. Allowed the Chevrolet Army outside the top 10 firmly. Only 1 in the top 10 at the moment. That's Austen Jordan, that Red Bull machine. 3rd in line. So it's still Bourne and Stafford top 2. They're trying to break away from the rest of the field. Jordan in 3rd, but it's... You see the bit of a bubble there between 2nd and 3rd there. See Ryan's fallen off a little bit. She's down to 10th. And then number 80. And pit lane coming for a lot of cars. Here we go. Bourne, Stafford, Therrien, Chapman, Sherwood, Tellier, all in pit lane. Everyone else stayed out. So Jordan leads a lap. Chalk him up as a new race leader. I'm expecting most people in here will be coming in. That's a lot of damage on the 48 of Gomez. Front of his car looks destroyed. Wonder if he hit somebody from behind as they were coming into pit lane. Actually, it might be Ryan. That would line up. And there's some damage on the front of her car as well. That might explain why she's falling off. Do they all come in or not? They stay out. Another lap. If you wonder where everyone's at, this is what everyone's at right now. The leader pack approaching turn 1. In turn 1 now, headlined by the 46 of Trenton Jump. Everyone trying to stay in the best position they can be in. We'll look at the times and compare who has got the better tires right now. This overcut did not work at all in Nashville. Would not assume it's going to work too awful well here at Pocono. However, if this becomes a fuel mileage event, and it very well might, staying out 2 extra laps makes this group look a lot smarter, because they are now, if they do this 2 more times, they'll be 3 laps to the good at the end of the race. While the drivers that pit on lap 19 will be 3 laps in the negative. Austin Jordan stayed out 1 more lap. So he must have something in the tank. Keep an eye on Bourne here. They will take the lead away. I assume the undercut would be pretty undeniable here. Packard with a really good stop, though. With a really good stop, puts him right there with the group. He must have went fuel only. I'm willing to bet that's exactly what he did. He went fuel only on that stop, and it worked. But is it going to work for another 20 laps? Jordan's in pit lane now. A full green flag run so far. Packard's going to be the race leader here. He takes the race lead right there, so he didn't lead that lap. But he's got the lead now. That may be a smart move. Because clean air can kind of help you out a little bit as far as tires will go. It's easier to control the car when you don't have dirty air in front of you. So in theory, it makes sense. This makes sense. This checks out. But he's got to keep those cars behind him. He's got to keep Chapman behind him. He's got to keep Bourne, Stafford, Therrien. He's got to keep all these cars behind him. Stafford pit 2 laps before. He pit on 19. So to find people that Packard pit with, you have to look at Jacob Grant, Caleb Smith, and that's 6th and 7th. There goes Tom Bourne going for the race lead. He'll take it away. Can Packard go 40 laps on a set of tires? I'm almost certain he didn't take tires. If he did, he only took 2. But I believe I would like to believe he didn't take any at all. I'll have to ask him at the end of the race, see what he took. If this works out, then he's a genius. He looks like he's struggling, so he definitely didn't take 4. I don't think he took any. But he's got the straight line speed. Caution's out. It doesn't matter. Caution's out. We're not sure what for. It's 25, competition yellow. Lap 25, competition yellow. And this is a good break for Gilberto Javier-Gomera, who will get his lap back. Here's your lucky dog recipient when we get back to it. He'll be back on the lead lap here. He was 1 lap down after pitting for damage at the start of the race. So he'll put us 19 cars on the lead lap. That would explain why Packard came in and only took fuel. That makes a lot of sense now. Because now he's got a neutralizing a factor here with this competition yellow. We're in the caution here. We'll see who all comes in. Packard looking a little bit more like a genius here. We'll see who all pits here on lap 25 with the first round of pit stops just a few laps ago. I would not imagine many people will come in. Actually, it's a tale of two tales. Either no one comes in or everyone comes in, because it puts everyone safely within 2 stops of making it to the finish of this race. Keep an eye on it here. It looks like everyone might be coming in here. Bourne, Packard, Chapman, Stafford, Therrien, they're all coming in. Logan Breakey did not. Javier-Gomera will take his lap back here. Car in front of Breakey at the moment. That is the 14 of Chris Smith, who will get a wave by here. He'll get one of his laps back. Number 14, Texaco Havoline car. Looking at pit exit here. It's Jump Gomez with a lot of spots gained on pit lane. Sherwood, Jordan, Hummel, Packard with the 4-tire stop. Puts him back down to 7th. Tom Bourne 8th. Therrien 9th. Stafford 10th. Grant now in 11th. Caleb Smith in 12th. Mike Tellier in 13th. Kevin Young 14th. 15th for Jason Cameron Jr. and Kristina Ryan coming out of pit lane now. In the 16th position, Eric Stamp will be 17th. 18th will be Joey Chapman, with Javier-Gomera now in pit lane with a lead lap secured for the 94. So far, we are looking good. And the 14 comes in. He will not take the lap. He won't take the wave around. He will go to pit lane here and stay 2 laps down. Interesting choice not to gamble for it. Knowing that if you can get a break and you get a quick yellow, that's a lucky dog for him there. That puts him on the lead lap and firmly in contention again. Lights are on the safety car. They're 2 by 2, getting ready for this restart. For those just tuning in, this is the Chicken Bake Next Gen Series, the Long Pond 200 at Pocono, race 5 at 20. Logan Breakey missed Nashville. What a way to make up for it if he wins tonight here at Pocono. Trenton Jump's going to give him a lot of slack, though. A Jump wants the lead, and he wants it bad. Gomez was so close. Finished 3rd last week. He's sitting 3rd now, but he wants to be a couple positions higher. He wants to win another race. He won just before the holiday break at Road America. We see Breakey pulling up in front of the pace car, and then he will pull the clutch and he'll slow down. He did not pit, so he does have to fuel save here to make strategy work or hope for another yellow that puts everyone even closer to the same strategy around the halfway point. Pace car's going to take the hard left in the pit lane. We are racing once again at Pocono for the first restart of the race. Competition yellow has been cleared. Breakey got a good jump, moving in front of Jump. Funny how that works. And he's defending from Jump. Entering turn 1. Gomez with Sherwood alongside him. It's pandemonium in turn 1. But they all get through clean. All 20 cars here. Sherwood up to 3rd. After tagging the wall, I used a quick repair to make sure he stayed in the running. And now out to 2nd, with Breakey on the oldest tires in the field now. Puts him firmly in 3rd place as Sherwood takes 2nd. Breakey's going to struggle a little bit here as this run goes on. This is where it's at its most frantic. Everyone's using a different line to try to get through turn 1. And it's looking good. Therrien up to 8th. You got past Jacob Grant to make it happen. But positions are going to be a dime a dozen to exchange here in these opening laps after this restart. Hummel thinking about it. Breakey makes a move first just to cover it. Trying to get back to the race lead. Almost 3 wide. Sherwood thought about it. Backed off of it. Understeer got the best of him there, and he made sure he didn't hit anybody. But now it's wild pandemonium. Fords 1, 2, 3. Sherwood, the best Chevrolet, in 4th. Ryan, the best Toyota, in the 13th position after a long pit stop for repairs for the number 80. Breakey's gonna get freight trained here. Tried to block Tom Bourne. He went center 3 wide anyway. This is where the tires begin to cliff for that 29 car. Because he is struggling. We watch him fall down the order. He's now in 8th place. It's Jump, Hummel, Sherwood, Gomez, Grant, top 5. Logan Breakey is centering your screen in the 29 machine, the orange and black car. Getting passed now by Packard and Therrien as the pair of race winners trying to make their way into the top 10. There's Kristina Ryan to the inside as well. That puts her in 11th. As we see 3 wide, Packard, Gomez, and Grant. Excuse me, that's Packard, Stafford, and Grant. Gomez threaded through before. Everyone jockeying for track position at this point in time. Packard slots in front of Therrien and behind Jordan. Closer to the front, Matt Hummel leads a lap here. Jump's going to sit in 2nd. And it's wild. Further down, 4 or 5 wide almost. As they all go for positions. And they file back down to 2 wide before going back to 3 wide in turn 1. Pandemonium, that's 5th on down. Jacob Grant into 5th. Everyone wanting a piece of it. Grant, Therrien, Jordan, Ryan, Packard, Smith. It all goes on down. Jordan got passed by Therrien there, the 38. This is the 4-piece at the front. The quartet of drivers at the front of the field, and it's all Fords. There's a dad joke in that. A little bit of delay there on our end. Apologies for that technical glitch. Looks like it's all good now. So the 4 horsemen leading their Mustangs in the turn 2. Being chased down by Shane Therrien now, who's up to 5th. It's Therrien, Jordan, Grant, Ryan, Smith, and then Packard in 10th. The breakaways are beginning to form once again. Only caution we've had has been for the competition yellow on lap 25. It's been green otherwise all the way through. And we are 5 laps from halfway. Therrien won this race last season. He won Nashville a week ago. He's trying to go back-to-back and become the first 2-time winner this season. He's got to get through Gomez to make it happen. He's also got to get through Trenton Jump, who was his biggest nemesis in Nashville a week ago. as well as Matt Hummel and Tom Bourne, who has been an absolute nightmare to be against this week at Pocono. Tom Bourne has been, he's been a menace in the best of ways. He's just been relentless. And it's impressive to see from the 54 machine. He's looked really good here. Therrien attacking Gomez with Jordan behind. It's a 10-car group in the top 10. They're all here. Hummel goes for the race lead. Therrien's up to third. 3 wide. Don't go 4 out of turn 2. Thank you, boys. Gomez, however, will get dropped potentially here. Actually, no, he stays 5th. Jordan and Grant couldn't make it happen. They had to check up. And that's contact. That's the 80 of Ryan, who spun around. They made contact in practice, and they make contact again here in the race. Don't hit the 80, and they're good. That was not great on the behalf of Ryan and the 12 of Caleb Smith. They made contact in practice after we went live, and they found each other again. We'll take a look at it here in a second. But that was wild. First caution for collisions comes on lap 39 at the halfway point almost. 2 laps away from the halfway point. Involving the 80 of Kristina Ryan and the 12 of Caleb Smith. We'll take a look at it here after we see pit stops. We have to focus on the pit stops here for a second. See what everyone does. 2 tires or 4 tires will be an interesting question, and that will be a time saver. But is it worth it at this point in the race? Everyone here is limited on how many tire sets they have. Everyone comes in here. So we will look and see who gains and who loses on pit lane. Ryan and Smith will have to go through the repair process here. For Ryan, it's more bad luck. It was a checkup that caused damage the first time around for Ryan. Also caused that damage for Christian Gomez, who's in that 48. And a bad stop. That's the 93. You just saw him back up. Overshot the box. And Ryan really overshot the box. Has to back up massively. But the repair process still has to happen in general. So she's going to be behind by a bit. A good thing is that it's a 2.5 mile lap here. And that's trouble for the 93. He's off to the side. What's going on for Matt Hummel? There's the 5 coming out of pit lane now. Jacob Grant. There's the 14 of Chris Smith entering pit lane. There's Ryan. There's where everyone's at now, exiting turn 2. We'll go back to how this caution started. And that catches right as it begins. But it started in turn 2, and you see the damage the 12 took. And everyone did a really good job to avoid the 2 as they ended up right next to and on the racing line. So this is a good look at it. So you see them side by side, the 12 on the bottom, the 80 on the outside lane. We'll slow it down for you. "12 drifts up, tags the side of the 80, and she tries to save it, but the 12 still understeering, and they just can't get away from each other at that particular point in time. The 80 had already clipped the wall once. You see the side, the paint scratched off the side. And they're connected to each other at that point, and it sends the 12 for a wild ride. And she keeps it locked up, and everyone avoids her. She's still on pit lane. She will go a lap down here. We're about to go green, it looks like. There's 2 by 2. Yeah, we are about to go green. Lights in the pace car are off. Ryan's still in pit lane. She's going to go even further down. Her debut does not end well as we go back to racing here at Pocono. Fortunate there for the 80. As they go back at it. A lot more tame of a restart there as Jump, Therrien, and Gomez occupy the first 3 spots. Therrien goes for the race lead. Jump stays side by side with him. And he'll keep the race lead away from 38. Gomez following Jump here. And Therrien drops all the way down to 4th because of it. When you're on your own, it is rough. Kevin Young in pit lane. 72. Unscheduled stop. Jump with a pretty significant lead. Gomez and Bourne fighting it out for 2nd. Therrien and Packard battling out for 4th. Kevin Young, SA pit lane now. He'll be a lap down. One of 3 cars off the lead lap. Kristina Ryan officially not out of this race. Well, 4 laps down. Therrien back up to third. It's Jump, Gomez, Therrien. Gomez and Therrien with race wins this season. Jump did not get a race win. And he runs really wide. That gives Therrien room, and Gomez will jump in. Tom Bourne up to third as well. That's contact. That's Gomez. No, it's not. That's Stamp. Gomez got through it. Caution's out, but a big crash. Caleb Smith is in it. That was Eric Stamp that I saw that I called as Gomez. My apologies there. Not sure if the 21 of Chapman was involved. There's the 18 of Carmen Jr. Not sure who all had a piece of it. Looks like Matt Hummel did. So did Rob Sherwood. Looks like everyone in front of that is fine. But we'll definitely have to take a look at how that crash started. So our third caution of the day. We're on lap 46 of 80. We're going to take a look at how this crash started, and it started with the 53 Eric Stamp. And that doesn't give us a really good view of how it starts. So we will have to rewind here. Let's go back. It looks like it might have started with Gomez. Here's Gomez here. We'll go back to Gomez. See if we can get a better angle of this. This is a good angle. He checks up, and Stamp hits the wall. And that causes everything to go haywire. That's rough. You see the damage already on Stamp's car before he even gets that impact with the wall again. Gets tagged by Sherwood. Tagged again by Sherwood. Cameron Jr. got through it. Sherwood did not. Caleb Smith did not. That's his second straight yellow that he's been a part of. So Packard, Tellier, and Grant exited pit lane with the positions they wanted. That's the top of the field. Gilberto Javier-Gomera was a lap down most of the early part of this race. Is now up to fourth in that 94 machine. Christian Gomez in fifth. As sitting on the caution for the third time today. We'll take the time while we're under yellow to remind everyone of the ABN Indy ARC Series beginning on February 16th. 24 races, 12 road courses, 12 ovals, an oval cup, a road course trophy, and the overall series champion to be determined across February through October. Action begins February 16th, 8 p.m. Wednesday nights here on ABN. To take part in the action, 19 full-time entries already confirmed for the 2022 season at 28 spots. If you want a piece of the action on Wednesday nights, visit racearcs.com for more details. Coming back at you here at Pocono. It's Packard, Tellier, Javier-Gomera, and Jacob Grant. Christian Gomez in 5th, Trenton jumping 6th, Tom Bourne and Shane Therrien make up row 4 on this restart. Row 5 is Matt Hummel and Logan Breakey. Bronson Stafford has joined Kristina Ryan on pit lane. Kristina Ryan's car possibly too damaged to be repaired. She's going to come back out here. Stafford also looking for repairs. She's going to try to keep running, hope that more accidents like that keep happening. But we are about to go green for the 4th time here at Pocono. First 25 laps were run caution-free. The second 25 laps have had 3 yellows. 1 competition yellow and 2 accidents, drawing out caution since. Approaching lap 49, it's Packard and Tellier leading us to green. Hummel with a really good jump. That's a sketchy jump, but he puts 3 wide for row 4. He backs out of it. Packard slides up the racetrack. Not sure that you wanted to do that, but it gives the space to Jacob Grant in the number 5. Gomez up to 3rd. Dowling for 3rd with Grant. Will take 3rd away. New faces at the front of the field. Packard trying to win his 2nd race of the season after winning at Fontana. 2nd race of the season in early December. Tellier looking really good in the 97, sitting in 2nd. Gomez in the 48. Trenton jump in the 46. Bronson Stafford is 3 laps down and counting. Kristina Ryan 6 laps down, but back out on track. We watched her exit pit lane. Her debut is not gone the way she wanted to. Led laps, looked really competitive before the competition yellow. But a bad accident after the competition yellow put her out of contention for the race win. Disappointing day for Kristina Ryan for sure. As we look at this battle for the top 5. 3 wide for 3rd. Hummel to the inside, jump in the middle, and Gomez up top. Gomez takes it. Javier-Gomera moves to 4th. You need draft and a lot of it to make moves like that. And they didn't have it. Gomez actually tried to move up to 2nd. She overran turn 1, and Jump's going to try to squeeze him for 3rd. He doesn't. Jump up to 3rd. Gomez 4th. Javier-Gomera 5th. Javier-Gomera, after being lapped down most of the beginning of this race, holding his own now in the top 5. And the 94 is following the 48. Tailing him as hard as possible. You see the 12 still damaged there. The Caleb Smith's Ford Mustang showing its signs of battle. Jump trying to side draft with Packard. Packard had the run out of 1. 3 wide for the lead. Packard blocks Jump. He can't move all the way down to block the 97. Now it's 3 wide for 3rd. As Tellier takes the race lead. Bedlam here at Pocono as everyone battles for a slice of the top 5. Reminder that these playoffs, you win and you're in. A race win is vital for Tellier. He has not won a race yet this season, neither has Tom Bourne or Caleb Smith, who is sitting in 4th with that wounded car. Packard won at Fontana, he's in. Gomez won at Road America, he's in. Therrien won last week at Nashville, he's in. Bronson Stafford, who is in pit lane, will drop down to 20th here as soon as Kristina Ryan completes another circuit around. Stafford won at Daytona. He needs the points leader so he can take this hit, because he's still in the playoffs and he's still going to be in the top 5 in the points, even with the 20th place finish. Keeping an eye on Brockton Packard, the 88, as he sits in 4th place. Bourne up to the front of the field. It's Ford, Chevrolet, top 4. That was Gomez. You watched him fishtail it under braking for turn 1. How much speed did that 48 have? To go from 5th to potentially 3rd. He's got a line against him now. He's going to kind of be a sitting duck here. But he sent it in turn 1. See people starting to use below the yellow line. That is legal here at Pocono. It's not legal at Daytona and Talladega, but it's legal everywhere else, unless we're notified otherwise. This is a 10-car group at the front of the field, led by Tom Bourne, Mike Tellier, Caleb Smith, Brockton Packard, and Austen Jordan. Wild race so far as we start lap 55 at 80. The scenes here. Therrien's up to 3rd. Therrien runs wide. Caleb Smith keeps it pretty clean there, and holds on to 2nd, with Tellier's taking 3rd. The issue with Smith's car, the number 12, is can he get back up to the 54 Tom Bourne, who's opened up a half a second gap on the rest of the field. Does that damage make that car more of a parachute? Still a little under half a second here. This will be a big indicator onto the Long Pond straightaway. Kristina Ryan in her Shake and Bake Next Gen Series debut, up to 19th. Side by side, Tellier and Smith. Therrien in 4th. Austen Jordan 5th. Still Tom Bourne leading, but Therrien's made his way to 2nd. He's going to chase down that 54 as fast as he can. For everyone tuning in, it's been an absolute wonderful ride so far at Pocono Raceway here for the Shake and Bake Next Gen Series Race 5 of 20. Therrien had to check up, almost got run over by the 12 and the 97. But Therrien stays in 2nd place. Gomez back up to 5th, and then it's Joey Chapman in 6th position. Trenton jump in 7th. Logan Breakey 8th. Matt Hummel 9th, and 10th is Mike Tellier. Said that was 97 and 4th. It was not. It's the 28 and 4th. 97's dropped down to 10th. And that's trouble. That was the 28 Austen Jordan and the 12 of Caleb Smith. They save it, but the leaders scramble. Gomez ended up worse for there. He was right behind it when it happened. A good save, though, because Jordan had a really good chance of just spreading that around in front of the rest of the field. Back at the front of the field, it's Bourne and Therrien on their own. Therrien's got time to make this work. Stalking his prey. When he won last week at Nashville, it was like, hey, it's about time Therrien won. He's about to go 2 in a row if he can get past Bourne here and walk away. And there's a lot of gap between Therrien and Chapman. He easily could at this point in time. We still have a pit stop to go. But Therrien's looking really good now at the later stage of this race. Didn't look good in practice, but it has come to the 38 car right now. 17 cars on the lead lap, 19 on track. Chris Young would be a lucky dog recipient if a caution comes out at this point in time. As Jump and Breakey battle it out for 4th, 5th, and 6th with Caleb Smith and Matt Hummel. And you see that what that looks like behind the race leaders. If I'm Therrien, you might just save fuel while you're here. Put yourself in a better position. That's some door beating between the 21 and the 12. Elbows are firmly out as we come around to complete 150 miles here at Pocono Raceway. And that door bump allowed Trenton Jump to walk away. But he's got 1.3 to make down between Bourne and Therrien. And Jump has no help at all. So you have to wait for everyone to make something happen behind him. Matt Hummel almost got turned. That would have caused the yellow. Hummel keeps it straight and takes 4th. These Fords do not play fair at all. They play rough. It is very rough for these Fords. Hard knocks life at the front of the field. If you're going to make something happen, it's how it has to be. Jump still on his own. Hummel trying to catch up to him. Chapman, Breakey, and Austen Jordan battling it out behind him. There's Trenton Jump in 3rd. Hummel's got his own little breakaway now as he catches up the jump here. Jump's not lost a significant amount of time. He's still about 1.5 seconds behind the race leader. But it's not as terrible right now as it could have been. Probably, I think, because Therrien's holding back. I believe Therrien's trying to save a little bit of fuel. And that does have a pretty significant say in exactly how much you're able to gain over one car here. With Jump and Hummel now working together, and you'll say there might be a little bit of damage on that 93. Drivers come in, the leaders came in. So that question kind of amplifies. Now the question really becomes, like, how long do these two stay out? Jump stayed out by 2 laps in the first full green flag stint. Jump has shown a tendency to overcut more than undercut, and it was definitely to his detriment last week at Nashville. but he stuck to his guns at the beginning of this race. We'll see what he does here if he overcuts by more than a lap. They stay out. Therrien's on his own. Well on his own. Bourne still in pit lane. That was his tango partner. Oh, that changes some things. Now the overcut will work, because the race leader inherently is on his own. Oh, this is big. This is big. Now you can kind of risk this, because you're going to be running faster times now than your main concern with Therrien. That makes sense now. They are going to come in here. 2 laps is what they are going to overcut. No, they stay out. They just ran a lower line that time around. Jump stays out, leads another lap. Hummel, Chapman, Jordan, Gomez, top 5. Here at Pocono. Lap 65 underway. Out of 80. 16 to go. This stops for all the marbles. Money stop last week did not treat Trenton Jump very well at all. Will he be any kinder here at the tricky triangle? It's Jump and Hummel on their own. Chapman's well off in 3rd. Then it's Jordan and Gomez and Breakey all behind Chapman. Looking at lap time comparison, Therrien 54.5 to a 54.8 of Trenton Jump, so still faster for Therrien on his own. Keep an eye on Therrien as he exits turn 2, enters turn 3 here in a minute. Never mind, this is turn 2 here for Therrien. He was exiting turn 1. He's coming up on the 80 of Kristina Ryan. The wounds on that 80 car still very apparent. Ryan's going to give Therrien the space. Ryan 6 laps down, not a lot to fight for at the moment. Bourne a lap down. Not sure what caused his pit stop to go as long as it did, but he is now firmly out of contention at the moment unless a caution comes out. There's Jump exiting pit lane now. He's in 8th place. Sherwood, Smith, all in front. They have not pit. Chris Smith in the 14 and Rob Sherwood in the 22. They last pit on 46. There's Sherwood, and there's Smith. Therrien 14 seconds behind Chris Smith. As you see on the left hand of your screen, 22 seconds in, counting down to the race leader. Therrien on his own. Grant and Smith 3 seconds behind and counting. This is what it looks like behind. Jacob Grant, Brockton Packard, Caleb Smith, and Mike Tellier in this group of 4. Then Trenton Jump and Christian Gomez, 8th and 9th. Teammates in the 46 and the 48. You gotta get some teamwork going here to make up ground. They lost a lot of time on that pit stop. Stafford well and truly out of this race. 19 still running. Kristina Ryan, the last car on the track, 6 laps down. And right here in the right-hand side of your screen, Ryan's going to move out of the way here and then move back because everyone was chasing the draft. Sherwood enters pit lane. Chris Smith will also enter pit lane here. And that'll give Therrien control of the race. With a 3-second gap between him and Jacob Grant. This is 2nd to 7th on a line as they try to work together to catch up to Shane Therrien. Coming to 11 laps to go. It's 3 seconds they have to shave down. They were 3/10 faster that time over Therrien. We'll see what it looks like here. .37 to 54.22. Fastest lap for Christian Gomez, 53.46. As Gomez and Jump all pitted on both pitted on the same lap, 65, compared to the rest of the field around them on 62. So they have the ability to really help out here now that the tires are up to temp. Gap's now below 3 seconds. But they need to gain time a lot quicker than this. Gaining just 2-3 tenths isn't enough. They need to start gaining time a little bit faster. In fact, they lost a lot of time there. 3.1 be how it enters across the line. Jumps picking off drivers one by one. You can't afford to battle too awful long here. You gotta just go and go and go. Lost a 10th on its own right there. Smith still running in second. Not Smith, Grant still running in second. Packard third, Jump fourth. Gomez fifth. Caleb Smith, who is in that rainbow car in the back of this line, is in seventh. Mike Tellier is in sixth in that Cheetos machine, number 97. Trenton jumps up to third. Gomez, the fastest man in this group. Lilo's Ryan on the inside lane. We'll have to double check on that. She just came out of pit lane. Now 7 laps down. They are running out of time to chase down Therrien. Oh, impact on the wall there for Gomez. Pushing too hard for the 48. See if he can push it through for the next 8 laps. And you see the jittering for that 48. Something might be significantly wrong with that car. And all the other 3 cars just got to try to get around him. And they're going to get 3 wide for it. Gomez fighting for another podium. It'd be 3 in a row if he can make it happen. There's Therrien. A gap's come down. It's 2.9. They gained 2 tenths right there. There is one green-white checkered attempt if we need it. With how this race has been, who knows? Therrien got past the 80 of Ryan. It's 2.8. 7 to go. Trying to work together here. They have to work together here to try to close the gap down. We're going to work together until the last possible lap, I think. Gomez still firmly in 4th. Brockton, Packard in 5th. Mike Tellier in 6th. Caleb Smith 7th. Logan Breakey 8th. And Matt Hummel 9th. And Eric Stamp in the 10th position at the moment. Six to go. The gap's come down to 2.6. Not nearly enough of a time shave that everyone was looking for. Five to go. It's 2.4. Therrien just exiting your screen at the bottom. Grant sitting in 2nd firmly, but had a Trenton jump. These two have a bit of a gap between themselves and Christian Gomez, who tagged the wall a couple laps ago. Kristina Ryan hanging in there with Therrien. Took 7 laps to really get her car fully repaired. But now that she's back out, she's holding pace with the race leader. A little bit of squilliness there from jump. Allows Gomez, Packard, and Tellier to catch back up. That's 2nd through 6th. And then that second line further back is that of Breakey, Smith, Hummel, and Stamp. They're coming to 3 to go this time. 3 cautions in this race. All were in the middle stanza of this race. Bookended by 2 long green flag runs. Gap's down to 2.2, but not enough time to shave it down even further. Dive to the inside there for the 5 of Grant. Using as much track as he can. He's got to defend from jump and Gomez. Gomez is going to be mostly an assist here. See if he can get his teammate Trenton jump around Grant. Tag of the wall there by the 88 of Packard. Turn 3 is giving a lot of headaches for drivers here. Tellier couldn't do anything about it. Stayed 6th. 2 to go. Eyes all on the 2nd place battle right now. Trenton jump as close as he can be to the 5 of Jacob Grant. This is what it looks like. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Gomez steadily end this conversation, but he's falling back to Packard. All eyes going to end up being on Shane Therrien. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go, presented by Fueled Up. They're bowing behind him. Ryan staying put with the leader. Ryan not on lead lap, 7 laps down, will come home 19th, disappointing for her series debut. As you look a little bit further behind, that's the battle for second between Grant and Trenton Jump. Grant's run a flawless final stint here, trying to bring it home in second place. Tellier's gotten all the way up to 4th. But all eyes now on the 38, Shane Therrien. He won last week at Nashville. He was the defending winner for this race from last season. Out of the final corner, Shane Therrien goes 2 in a row. Therrien wins at Pocono. Jacob Grant secures second. Trenton Jump comes home third. Mike Tellier comes home in the 4th position as the car spins across the line. Christian Gomez 5th. Brockton Packard brings it home 6th. Logan Breakey 7th. Eric Stamp 8th. Matt Hummel 9th. And Caleb Smith brings it home in the top 10. Jason Carmen Jr., after being optimistic and after starting well, brings it home in 11th place. Austen Jordan in 12th. Gilberto Javier-Gomera was a lap down for most of the first stint of this race, brings it home 13th on the lead lap ahead of Joey Chapman and Rob Sherwood, who rounds out the top 15. The bottom 5, Tom Bourne, was a contender for this race, was held in pit lane for a reason we have not figured out yet. Chris Smith in 17th, the last car on the lead lap. Kevin Young 1 lap down the 72. And Kristina Ryan on debut finished right behind the race winner Shane Therrien to bring it home 19th ahead of Bronson Stafford, who entered this race as your points leader. Will not be leaving as your points leader, but still firmly in the next gen playoffs. As Shane Therrien burns it down. Second time in 2 weeks. Therrien takes the points lead with his second win of the season. As the saying goes, twice as nice for the 38. Really good look there for Shane Therrien. Second win in a row for the season. We're going to have post-race interviews coming up here. They don't go anywhere. What a race. Alrighty, so interviews with our podium finishers coming up here. We're going to start with Trenton Jump, our third place finisher here at Pocono. Trenton, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, third place. You were there behind Jacob Grant most of the end of that race. How hard was it trying to get by him?
I wasn't really trying to get by him. I was just trying to get up to the leader. But with the lap car sitting behind the leader, was just getting enough of a push off the air bubble. It just was virtually impossible to catch at the end. So it was just kind of riding line and hope and prayed something happened. But it ended a little bit better than I thought it was going to. So first top 3 of the season. coming off the championship last season, it was a bit of a slump here to get the season started. A lot of personal mistakes, but finally getting back into the grind of things, so that's good.
Yeah, we mentioned during the broadcast that the struggle you had at Nashville after being in a similar position like what you were this week. That you were kind of like, how much is it going to take for you to kind of get back in here? And it kind of looks like you've turned that corner there, in a third place finish, your first podium of the season. A lot of the cars around you had trouble with the turn 3 wall. How hard was it in sort of in traffic? How hard was it to keep it out of the wall in turn 2 and turn 3? Because it looked like a lot of people were struggling really hard.
Yeah, it's just more backing up your entry. If you can back up your entry, you can kind of just float and see where you're going to be on exit. It's instinct. You know where you're going to be. I didn't really have much of an issue getting away from it. I had one close call in turn 2, but I was really pushing the envelope. But
a lot of chaos there, especially during the most of the race. With, let's see what race is coming up next.
I think it's Iowa.
I believe it's Iowa. Yeah, Iowa sounds about right. Give me a second, because I know it's Iowa. Yeah, it is Iowa, Kansas, Texas to round out the month of January. So Iowa short track, going to be a little bit more challenging, more on the national side of things. Looking forward, have you done laps at Iowa yet, or are you anticipating looking forward to going to Iowa?
I haven't yet. Technically, Iowa's my home race, but I'm not really relying on that for anything. But we'll get some laps in. Sure, we'll be up front. We usually are in this league, but just trying to get back going, trying to get back to what we were doing last season, winning races. It's just been a rough start. Nashville kind of was a dark cloud looming over my head because I really felt that there was some race-winning speed there, and speeding on pit entry and whatnot really took me out of that one. So just clicking small results, little wins, small victories is what you got to take to get back to the big ones. So.
Well, Trenton, if you have anything to say to your supporters or your sponsors or anything, go ahead and say it now. Otherwise, good luck in Iowa. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to thank Justin at Color Teal Graphics for painting the cars as always, and you for broadcasting this thing. Broadcaster looking really good. I just haven't had the chance to personally tell you voice to voice, so thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the compliment very much. Congrats on the podium. We'll see you at Iowa.
Sounds good.
That was Trenton Jump, your third place finisher here at Pocono after 200 miles. Up next is going to be the second place finisher. We got Jacob Grant here with us. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good. Probably not as good as you, though. A second place finish after what was a wild topsy-turvy race here at Pocono. Trenton said he didn't have anything for you at the end of that race. How focused? I guess the question I had was, how focused were you on catching up to Therrien at the end, knowing that there was a 3-second gap you had to shave down in 10 laps?
I was very focused on it. I was hoping the line could have got formed immediately with me, Caleb, and Brockton. I don't know what happened there. I guess we didn't give it enough time to actually build up. I guess I don't really know what happened there. But whenever Trenton got up to me, then I knew that I had a good pusher behind me. Not saying that Caleb or Brockton aren't good pushers, because they are. Brockton and Caleb are one of the best at it. But I knew when Trenton got up behind me, we were going to make up some ground on him. And fortunately, we got together a little too late. We caught him, I think, like a second and a half almost. And then by that time, it was checkered flag. So, but I thought it was very important to try to catch him. And he was by himself there for a long time. We had a line of cars. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to.
Iowa next week. Obviously, conversations already going kind of behind the scenes. Everyone in the paddock area sort of looking at how Iowa's going to be next week. 200 laps. Looking forward to it or loathing it? Are you trying to skip the Kansas already?
I don't look forward to any of these races, to be honest with you. I don't ever really practice much. I don't really have time to practice much, so I get to practice whenever the session opens up, and that's about it. So I guess we'll see come next Thursday if I'm feeling it or not. I mean, then again, that doesn't really tell you anything, because I wasn't feeling this race. I didn't even want to race it, and here I am sitting in the booth talking to you. So yeah, I guess it doesn't faze me until it gets there.
Well, it worked out for you this week. Second place. You qualified 4th, so was in it from the start. But your first podium of the season does a lot of wonders as far as getting you into the playoff conversation come close to the end of the season. If you have anything to say for your supporters or your sponsors or anyone you want to thank, go ahead and shout them out, man. You're a second-place finisher.
I will say it should be my second podium, but we're not going to talk about that. That's from a different story. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody over here at Donkey Motorsports, Rob, Sherwood, Chris Smith, Josh Altus. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting each and every week. You guys do a fantastic job. I love going back and rewatching them. I have a lot of friends and family that watch as well, so they're very excited to see me race and listen to a broadcast. So thank you guys. Thanks Logan and Tanner for putting on this league and everybody who races in it. Do a fantastic job. We like to try to keep it clean, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much for that, Jacob. Congrats on your second place finish here at Pocono. We'll see you next week at Iowa.
Yep.
That was Jacob Grant, our second place finisher. We're now getting ready to talk to the man of the hour. It's going to be Shane Therrien. Shane, you got a copy?
I got you.
2 in a row, man. Feeling good?
Yeah. Keep lucking into these wins. It's great.
That didn't look so much like luck. You had a 3-second gap there. A lot better circumstances than what you had at Iowa. Not Iowa. Nashville. Iowa's next week.
Yeah.
You looked really confident. I looked at you through practice, and it was very similar to Nashville. It was like he's not there. He's going to warm into it. It looked like a flip, like a light switch flipped during the race. Was that sort of how it kind of clicked for you, or was it one of those things where you just were kind of working through the first stint up to the competition caution?
Well, what clicked was shifting. I didn't know if it was going to work in the race. So if you sent it into turn 1 right to the bottom, brake, downshift to 4th, and hammer back on the gas, the thing just stuck. So that clicked, and then I used that when I got the lead off pit road, and it kept me the lead because I was so fast in the corners. But yeah, it's something clicked at some point. I don't know how I figured it out. I just kind of sent it too deep, and I thought I was going to crash, and I ended up downshifting to 4th, and the thing just stuck. And I was like, oh, this works.
You used it to perfection in the race, especially in the later stages, because you really kept Grant and Jump from having a chance to catch up to you until really late in the race. That seemed like that was probably your key to success there, because you had a 3-second gap, but you were on your own from lap 62 onwards. So qualifying, kind of a bit of a slump the past 2 weeks, and seeing some of the talk already about Iowa, people aren't looking forward to it. Are you going to be able to sort of use some of these sort of tricks and these techniques? Do you think you're going to have to rely on a bit of luck to have the same thing happen again next week?
Probably. I'm actually probably going to have to figure out qualifying. I just didn't qualify this race because I wasn't comfortable, and I wanted to sit in the draft, sit in the back, and kind of learn.
Mm-hmm.
But Iowa, you won't be able to pass, so it's going to be whoever can qualify first or second, one of the two. If you're in the top 4 and you can get the lead and kind of hold the pack behind you, I think you can win easily. So we'll see. It's like that in every car. Someone qualifies pole in Iowa, and then you can't pass them, and then they just lead every single lap. So never driven it in this car, so we'll have to see how much worse it is.
I'm going to be optimistic here. I'm going to play devil's advocate, because people said that you weren't going to get a lot of passing here either, and we saw a lot of passing throughout the field. Say we have 22 cars next week at Iowa for 200 laps. Lap traffic's going to have something to say about who's going to win that race. Luck might fall in your lap again.
I mean, if it's a teammate or someone speeding on pit road, I mean, maybe. But I don't know. We'll have to see. I have not been good at Iowa the last couple of years. So we'll have to see. I used to like the track. Now I just dread going to it because it's just high line dominant or bottom line dominant. It's just never, raceable.
Well, we'll see what magic you can pull off at Iowa. You've won 2 in a row. You're the points leader now. Looking really good at the 5 race mark in the season. If you have anyone you want to shout out before we let you go for the night so you can go celebrate, free to go say it now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, thank Yield Controllers, FRN, the Sky team. It was gonna look like a good showing until something happened with Bronson. He got wrecked, and then Tom's been on pit road, and then I don't know what happened to Joey, but and thanks to you for broadcasting. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. I didn't have it during the race this time. I usually do. And then thanks to the league owners for letting me back. It's fun to learn this car.
Well, thank you for the compliment. Congratulations on your second win of the season, second in a row. Points leader Shane Therrien getting ready for Iowa.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for us here at Pocono. Shane Therrien with second race in a row at the top of the podium. Jacob Grant, his first podium of the season following the controversies last week at Nashville. And then Trenton Jump recovering from his calamities at Nashville to finish third in front of Mike Tellier, Christian Gomez, Brockton Packard, Logan Breakey, Eric Stamp, and Matt Hummel. There's the full rundown for you here. We'll actually go to our official results page. It's Therrien Grant, Jump, Tellier, top 4. Looking outside the top 10, you got Jason Carmen Jr., Austen Jordan, Gilberto Javier-Gomera, Joey Chapman, Rob Sherwood, Tom Bourne, Chris Smith, the first car 1 lap down, Kevin Young also a lap down at the end of the race, Kristina Ryan on her Shake and Bake Next Gen Series debut, finishes 7 laps down after a collision with the 12 of Caleb Smith. Bronson Stafford exiting this race early on lap 46 after a multi-car accident involving Caleb Smith and Eric Stamp. There's your 20 finishers for the Long Pond 200. Next week, it's Iowa Speedway, short track racing in the Midwest. And then after that, it is Kansas. So a couple really interesting races coming up here for the Shake and Bake Next Gen Series. Next week, it's going to be busy. Tuesday and Wednesday, it's ABN Indy ARCS testing. And Thursday, it is Shake and Bake Next Gen Series from Iowa. For everyone here for the Shake and Bake Next Gen Series at Pocono Raceway and everyone at ABN, I'm Clayton Hardy. Thank you all for tuning in tonight and joining us on what is hopefully an enjoyable Thursday night of action. We'll see you next week for more racing action. So long, everybody.